Big win.
Huge.
Big win. I remember just like chilling. I remember like 78th minute. Obviously, you're down 1-0. And I was thinking, and then I saw a couple of people celebrating next to me. I was like, oh, scam on, something's happening, isn't it? 1-0. I was like, point, not good enough. 2-1. I was like, okay. That feeling of scoring a last minute winner. Nothing beats a last minute winner against a very good team with Wolves as well. Like, I thought what Bruno Lage has done to that squad's fantastic. A bit negative at points in that game, but massive win against, and you could say at the time, not now, a top 4 rival. They're not anymore Wolves, but they were then.
Yeah, to take 6 points from Wolves, considering we had to play them in close proximity as well, sometimes that can work against you because what you do, what you bring to the table, the tactical approach, it's fresh in their minds.
Yeah.
So, and also you don't have much time in between the games to work on different things. So, it was always going to be a difficult game. And when we went 1-0 down, I remember, I think I was here on that day.
You were, sir.
And I think I said to you that the last thing I want is to go a goal behind to Wolves because that back 3 becomes a back 5.
And they don't concede.
No, they don't.
They're stingy,
They don't concede goals. And I remember sort of watching the game and being in the stadium and getting frustrated and thinking, if we can take a point from this, it's not ideal, but it will be damage limitation and I'll take it. And when the equaliser went in, it wasn't a celebration of joy, it was a celebration of relief.
Yeah.
But when the winner went in, the place absolutely went crazy.
What's the, before you scored the 2 goals, what's the atmosphere like now at the Emirates? Because there was this thing where, the crowd can get on the players' back very quickly when it's going bad. I don't think I've seen anything like that in the last 6 or 7 months. Everyone seems to be sort of pointing in the right direction now together. Yeah,
much more positive. And it feels like the crowd are helping the team get over the line in some of these games that are being decided on fine margins. There is a togetherness within the club at the moment. You can see it on the pitch. I think one of the prime examples of that was when Arsenal conceded that silly goal to go a goal behind, when Gabriel's pass to Ramsdale was just a little bit too short. You immediately, you look around the crowd and in the past you'd have got moans and groans. You then glanced onto the pitch and seen players with their arms up in the air looking at each other as if to say, well, it's not my fault, it's your fault. And you saw Aaron Ramsdale get up off the ground, sprint over to Gabriel, put his arm around him, pat him on the back, and the pair walked off together, kind of acknowledging that, okay, it's happened now, let's move on from it. And I think watching that as fans within the stadium, that then gets you on side, because then we were all chanting Arsenal, etc. And all of a sudden, everybody's mood has changed and lifted. And I thought the crowd were really good at sticking with the team.
Ramsdale's fantastic, isn't he?
Oh, in that sense, he's brilliant.
In that sense, he's a big bleep house as well, isn't he? He is that you can see how other clubs would hate him, but if it's your club, you would love him. Even that fish and chip advert makes me laugh. I've seen that fish and chip. He's absolutely fantastic. But who is the star man right now? Ødegaard.
Yeah.
Ødegaard's the star man of that club. And obviously, look, some would want to pick someone coming through the youth team and Saka and Emil Smith Rowe, and I get that, but Ødegaard looks like a level above in terms of quality. Just his work rate as well. So there's the Ozils about him. I know that might sound like high praise, but there's also a bit of, he's a bit more fluid. He works more. He'll run back. He'll track back. He'll put a tackle in. He might be in a year's time looking back a bargain. He might be.
£30 million when you consider that people were talking about Arsenal going out and spending 60-70 million at minimum on James Maddison.
Yeah.
You're looking at Martin Ødegaard and you're thinking, actually that was a shrewd move. And I was saying it throughout the summer, he was always Arsenal's priority. Mikel Arteta had seen enough during that loan spell.
I didn't think it was that good. Maybe I'm being harsh. I remember that loan spell. I remember it started well, then I thought it just went a bit flat, but maybe you're right. Arteta saw something. It's like we can turn this up a little.
Yeah, as you said, he's got a bit of the Ozils about him in that he can unpick a defence. He's got that wonderful left foot, 100%. That vision, the ability, and he played a massive part in the goals by drifting out to the right hand side. But he presses. He's aggressive. When there was a period where Nelson Symeou was down on the ground and clearly time wasting, and Martin Ødegaard's the guy that sprints over and tries to pick him up off the ground and drag him off the pitch. And you're looking at him and you're going, well, he's not your traditional leader, but he is a leader.
Love it.
And he's the right type of character. And of the kind of checklist that Mikel Arteta probably has on his office wall when he's looking for a new player, character is right up the top of that, and we're seeing it now.
It has to be. And look, well done to Arteta. So well done that our very own Jason Cundy, Mr. Man in Chelsea, thinks he could be manager of the year. This is what Jason Cundy had to say. Take your Arsenal hat off, Harry. Difficult, I know, because it's stuck to your head. It's sellotaped, glued and everything. When we do talk about managers of the year, is he in the conversation?
If Arsenal do go on to achieve top 4, I think he would be in the conversation.
Right now?
No, not right now.
No?
Because the situation is one that could change very, very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't look at that Arsenal side and say they're definitely going to finish in the top 4.
Yeah.
We're favourites now because of the way things have worked out. But even as Arsenal fans, I keep talking about this. We look at how Man United have turned in bad performances, how Tottenham have done the same. We're just as capable of those apathetic performances.
Is it not
ourselves.
weird that you're almost going to be rewarded, and maybe Arteta could, like, you're right, top 4 he could get it, but it's almost because, and you can correct me and jump in whenever you want here, it's because of failure. Getting knocked out by Nottingham Forest and getting beat by Liverpool in the League Cup means you're now playing one game a week. So it's almost because you got knocked out, you're playing one game a week, and that one game a week is going to help you have more success. Do you know where I'm going here? You can,
I don't know if this is...
You're chatting absolute nonsense if you want.
I don't know if it's as clear cut as that. And the reason I don't know it's as clear cut as that, you lose to Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup third round, a competition that Arsenal have a huge affiliation with.
Yeah.
So for the fans, that was really difficult to swallow. That's a crime to go out in the third round of the FA Cup.
Yes.
From Arsenal's perspective, it's not acceptable. The Carabao Cup...
At home...
You say, but you say failure. This is a Liverpool side that are a million miles ahead of us. And we got to the semi-final stage of that competition. It's not bad. It's not a disgrace. You know, I think Arsenal have had a decent run in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
And then the fact that we didn't have Europe and all of that, which keeps getting thrown at us, yes, it has its benefits, but it also has its negatives. What we've had at Arsenal throughout the course of the season is players having to be thrusted into the first team, having had 0 game time or not enough game time to be in their rhythm, in their flow. You know, people were critical of...
We should have stayed in the FA Cup a bit longer.
Yeah, agreed. But people were critical at the start of the season about the use of Gabriel Martinelli and how is he ever going to get up to the level if he's not playing. But we weren't in Europe to give him that game time. You know, if Aaron Ramsdale got injured and Bernd Leno came in, he'd be rusty. But everybody says, you know... But the fact is, if we were in the Europa League...
Some people could get game time.
Yeah, you'd have played 6 Europa League group games. You probably would have got through the first couple of knockout rounds too.
I 100% agree with you. Liverpool have been able to kind of give game time to the likes of Minamino and Origi in the League Cup and some European ties which were dead.
And so when they come in...
They're fresh.
They're not coming in cold.
No.
They're coming in with something behind them. And that's been a problem for Arsenal. Like, we've had loads of... You know, everyone keeps talking about the breaks we're having in between games. Sometimes having a 12-day break after...
I don't want that.
No, we don't want
that. Liverpool have done that where they've had those big breaks. You come back and you're off it. You're off it. You're not on it. And I don't mind a game every 3 or 4 days. I really don't. Just quickly before we go to the break, you mentioned you're a million miles behind Liverpool. How far are you really from Liverpool and City? Like, what are we talking here? Is it a gap that can't be bridged?
It's not a gap that can't be bridged. It can be bridged with smart recruitment and good coaching. But you need the perfect cocktail mix, if you like, to get that result.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because you look at someone like Jurgen Klopp, who's obviously more experienced and a better manager than Arteta. But Liverpool's recruitment's been really good as well.
That's it.
So you're trying to play catch up with that.
Yeah.
I guess the hope for you guys is that Klopp leaves in a couple of years. He's not. It looks like Klopp might stay, by the way, which is not good for you guys. Not good at all. All right, you listen to The Social on talkSPORT2. Next up, Twitter Corner.